Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I also wanted to let you know that not only do I create content here on Class in the Glass, but I also stream content in my Twitch channel, Mr. Revan7. I play single-player games, multiplayer games, and I also do movie reviews and cartoon reviews as well. I also want to encourage you to check out my Patreon, Class in the Glass, where I offer audio commentaries, full reactions for movies, and also the ability to submit questions for my video casts and podcasts. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and enjoy the video. Even though I'm reviewing Batman Beyond the Future, I'm also reviewing Batman the Animated Series right now, chat. Episode 13. I've got a Batman in my basement, chat. The episode opens up following these two jabronis, these two would-be criminals, chat. They're going to perform a little burglary, chat. They're at this museum, and they want to get a Fabergé egg. And then, like, these guys seem to be professional, though, because they handle it very well. They're very quiet. They take their time. They fucking break into this place, chat, using their technology, poke a little hole through some glass, get in there, use a giant goddamn fucking metal contraption hand to grab the egg, and they take that sucker right out, and they're like, fucking done in 5 minutes. And they fucking hop and skip over some rooftops, chat. They change their clothes, burn them some garbage bins, and like, that was really easy. And he goes, yeah, let's fucking give this to the Penguin. Whoa! They stole that for the Penguin, chat. This will be the first appearance of one Oswald Cobblepot. But during their whole celebration, chat, they're interrupted. Because it's the goddamn Batman. It's like, yeah, you did that in 5 minutes, but it's gonna cost you 5 years of your life. And he fucking swoops down there, chat, and he starts bipping and bopping and booping, punching all these guys. They don't stand a chance. And right before Batman's about to just, fucking handcuff him, a giant vulture, chat. Vultures are the theme today, apparently. Fucking first in Clash of Titans, and now with Batman. A giant vulture comes down and starts attacking Batman. He's going, ah! He just doesn't know what to do. He's like, if you're a superhero, chat, you're Batman. You're like, okay, you can handle any situation. You fought multiple supervillains, common criminals and shit, burglars, robbers, but a vulture will throw you off that night. You do not expect that. Batman, he's just fucking, he's just panicking, chat, because this thing's pecking at him, trying to get at his eyes. It's scratching his back. It's like this giant, like, vulture. Apparently it's a giant South American vulture, as one Mr. Sherman says later on in the episode, chat. But we're not introduced to Sherman quite yet. I'm going too fast. But chat, fucking Batman, he's fighting this vulture, and these two jabronis, they just start running off. They got the egg, and they take off. And Batman, he managed to escape from the vulture, but he's like, what the fuck? What? He's very upset. And he got attacked by a vulture. He got bamboozled. But then, chat, we immediately cut to the Gotham suburbs. I think the first time, no, the second time we're seeing the Gotham suburbs. We first saw the Gotham suburbs, chat, in the Joker episode, Be a Clown. We're introduced to the son of Mayor Hill. It's the second time we're in the Gotham suburbs. And we see these two little kids, chat, Sherman and his best friend, Roberta, chat. And Sherman, he's a little amateur detective. He is a genuine Encyclopedia Brown, chat. And he's showing off his little detective, his junior case to Roberta, and she thinks, oh, it's so hot, Sherman. And he's like, yeah, I know. And then we get these two bully kids. I'm going to call them, I don't know what their names, chat. The two bully. Bully number one, bully number two. That's their names. And they're always picking on Sherman. Like, look at this loser reading his books and wanting to better himself, thinking you're better than us Gothamites, Sherman. What do you want from life? It's like, I want a fucking 401k, be able to provide for my family, and eventually start a life with Roberta. And they're like, loser! And he's like, all right, whatever. And after all this shenanigans happen in chat, they see a giant fucking vulture in the sky. Like, what the hell? And, the fucking Sherman, he's looking for the binoculars, like, that looks to be, judging on the wingspan, the coloration, a giant South American vulture, a very rare bird, and definitely would not ordinarily appear in Gotham City. We are far too north. And Roberta's like, well, that is strange. And Sherman's like, Roberta, let's go off and follow this thing. She's like, why? Because this is a mystery. This is our little start of a little mystery. Encyclopedia Brown and shit. Hardy Boys, all that good nonsense. Let's fucking go. And they fucking get on the little bicycles, chat, and they pedal off after this vulture. And it goes to an abandoned warehouse because, of course, every superhero show, chat, has a plethora, has an overabundance of abandoned warehouses, especially Gotham City. Especially either New York City for Spider-Man or Gotham City for Batman, chat. Abandoned warehouses are aplenty. And they go in there, chat, and they see this fucking thing land on the roof, and they're like, okay, well, this is weird. And they go in there and they see the two jabronis, chat, from earlier, the two would-be burglars. And they're just fucking relaxing, chat. The one guy, voiced by Rob Paulson, by the way, I just instantly recognize his voice now. And he's like, oh, no, man, I know he told us to meet us here, but maybe he's running late. Maybe we should get going. The other guy's like, fucking relax. It's okay. He takes his time. Don't worry about it. And they hear like this stuff like hitting the ground, like it's like pebbles or something. They look over, it's like all this bird seed is like is pouring out of this bag. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, that was weird. But it's fucking little Sherman shit. He was dumping the bird seed for some reason. I don't get it. But then, after that, fucking the Penguin shows up, Chad. A little elevator comes up from the floor, and it is the Penguin. Now, chat, I'm going to be the first one to say, don't like this take on the character at all. This episode debuted around the same time as Batman Returns, and I have an appreciation for Danny DeVito's take on the character. It's fun, but it's just not what I want from the Penguin. Because this animated version, he's the mutated version, and it's like, okay, you're going to make him disgusting and weird like Danny DeVito? No. He constantly makes bird puns. Like, that is his shtick. Everything is like, oh, Batman, you're so foul. And a bat in the hand is worth two in the belfry. Shit like that. I was like, nah, I don't need any of that shit. Like, stop it. Stop it. Oh, those two plum pigeons have gotten away. It's like, please stop saying these lines. And that's what he does. And he's like, you gotta make my Fabergé egg. And like, here you go, boss. But then these fucking kids, you know, they're looking at, like, what's going on over there? And they're like, oh, there's two kids, get them! And they're like, they're about to kill those children, Chap. But then who fucking shows up the last minute? Batman. Batman's there, and he beats the shit out of the criminals, and him and Penguin, they get into a little bit of a duel of sorts, Chap. Penguin, he gets a fast one on Batman, Chap, because he fires off. He's trying to protect these kids, too, at the same time, so Batman's a little off his game. Plus, he got fucked up by a giant vulture, so he's a little peeved at this moment, Chap. But he gets Sherman and Roberto out of the way. Penguin, he goes, boom, fires a gas pellet at Batman, hits him in the fucking face. He's like, oh my god! First of all, it hurt getting hit by a gas pellet, chat. And he's like, oh shit, there's like some deadly chemical. And he's like, fuck, and he fucking, smoke bomb! He fires a smoke bomb on the ground, chat, and he starts waddling outside. He's coughing and shit. And he's like, fuck, he's like, got the keys in the Batmobile, but he fucking collapses, chat. He collapses on the fucking Batmobile. He's not even inside. And Roberta and Sherman are seeing, like, oh my god, Batman! We gotta help him! Sherman's gotta help him! And Roberta's like, fuck that, let's get the hell out of here. He's like, no, he's Batman. He's a detective like me. I'm like Batman. You see, Roberta, see? And so they go over there, chat, and they fucking push Batman into his car, and they hop in the Batmobile. It's like, how do we fucking make this thing go? And then, oh god, the Penguin and the two guys show up. And they're like, the goddamn little kids, get them. And so the kids are like, shit, and they start pressing all the buttons, chat, activates all the contraptions and weapon systems in the Batmobile. And they're firing off. This is like a gas grenade. Fucking the guys, they're choking, chat. Again, they're just desserts. But eventually, just before Penguin's about to stab little Sherman in his face, the Batmobile's roof comes on. So, okay, now they can't get in there. And Penguin just, he's just hitting on that thing. The two guys are just hitting on that thing. And Roberta's like, Sherman's like, I can't reach the pedals. I'm too little. And Roberta's like, gotcha, buddy. She goes down there, Chad, and she pushes on the big pedal, and boo! Off in a little chase here. And so he's driving the goddamn Batmobile. He's slamming against the sides of buildings and shit. And Penguin's just like, oh my god, stop! He's squealing his ass off, chat. Eventually, the two guys, they just fucking like, fuck this. They just jump off. And right before Penguin's about to be impaled on a fire, what was it, chat? On a fucking rebarb. Like the ladder on like a rebar that's just like jutting out. He's like, he fucking activates her umbrella and he floats away. And the fucking little Sherman, he drives back to his house. And Penguin's like, we're gonna get those little motherfuckers. Because he's like, oh shit, they took the egg too. Because that's the thing, chat. Batman came in there, he took the goddamn Fabergé egg. He's like, we have to track these kids down. We're gonna patrol the city for the Batmobile. They don't know where the fuck his secret lair is. They don't know. And so eventually, chat, the kids, as the episode says, they literally take Batman to Sherman's basement. We've got a Batman in our basement, Chad. Batman's not doing well. I don't think he should be alone with children. You never know what's going to happen, Chad. You might tell those kids to put on the green leather tights. We can't have that. They have a limited amount of time before he starts asking these questions. And so Sherman's like, Jesus Christ, what the hell are we going to do? And his mom's calling from the top, and she's like, what are you doing down there, Sherman? You doing your detective shit? He's like, no, Mom, everything's fine. And she's like, I'm going to come down there. And Roberta's the smart one. She's the one with the brain. She's street savvy, Chad. She's street smart. She's like, oh, it's okay, Sherman's mom. We're just playing with Batman down here. We have Batman in our basement. She goes, all right, just playing some games. Okay, well, I'm going to go to the grocery store. You kids be nice, okay? Don't fucking destroy the house. And so she leaves, chat, and Sherman's like, gee, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. And Batman, he's just fucking mumbling. He's out of it, Chad. He's really derpy. And he's like, get me my pills. Visor pills. And he's like, what? What? Don't, Batman, you're fine. Don't worry about it. He's the fucking pills. I'm dying. He doesn't understand. He's like, Batman, just drink some water. It's just fucking, they're making Batman drink water. He's just, it's just all coming out of his mouth in foam. It's like, he's dying. While this is all happening, chat, you get the two bullies from earlier, bully number 1, bully number 2, and they're roughhousing and shit. And I don't know, they throw like a ball or something, and it hits all these boxes, and these boxes were covering the Batmobile. I'm like, whoa, it's the Batmobile! And they go over there, Sherman's like, oh god, no. And him and Roberta, they run up there, and they're like, oh shit, what's going on? And they're like, Sherman, whose car is this? It's like, oh, it's my mom's dad's car. He's like, no, this is bullshit. And they're like, fine, it's the Batmobile. It's like, that's not the Batmobile. He's like, yes, it is. And I have Batman in my basement. Hence the name of the episode. And they're like, really? He's like, yeah, man, I do. And so, so I think what happens at this point, chat, fucking Penguin shows up because they're like, oh shit, we gotta skedaddle. And so they all get out of the Batmobile. Penguin's like, there's a fucking Batmobile. I bet these kids are around here. And they all go down the basement and like, see, here's Batman. They're like, holy shit, you're right, that is Batman. Also, the bullies find these pills in the visor, chat, and they're like, oh, these are the pills he needs. So they're shoving all these pills in Batman's face. He's like, Batman, eat. And Batman, he's eating the pills, chat, but it takes a while for them to work. And so, and Penguin and his boys, they're trying to get into the goddamn house because he sees Sherman residence. Aha! And so I know what those kids, because he heard the kid's name earlier, Chad. He's like, let's break in here, boys, and kill some kids. And so he breaks in, and the kids are like, oh, we gotta set up some fucking traps. We gotta, like, that's what we gotta do to save Batman and save ourselves. And so they fucking pull a Home Alone in this shit, chat. They put all sorts of booby traps for the Penguin and these guys in here. And so Penguin breaks in, he's like, this is gaudy as shit, and I despise it. Tear it apart, you'll make it even better. And so these guys just start breaking all this shit, chat. One guy, it's so fucking funny. One guy, he tries to go in the basement. He goes, whoa, but he slips and shit. He's like, oh, my foot. The one guy goes up the stairs and a massive explosion goes off underneath him, like a fucking landmine. Legs gone. These kids blew this man's legs off. And he's screaming. They was like, oh my God, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So this man is Stubbs. This guy has Stubbs, chat. And he's bleeding out. Penguin's like, fuck this, no. And then these kids come in. And they just start fighting with the other guy in Penguin. Penguin's like, I've had enough of this nonsense. He gets his goddamn Penguin umbrella machine gun, and just firing at these kids, like, and they run to the basement, Chad. They run to the basement, and Penguin's like, I've had enough of these goddamn kids. I'm down a guy. He's got Stubbs now. He's dead. He's dead now. All right, I gotta kill him. He goes down there, chat, but thank God. The other guy, he knocks himself out because he falls down the goddamn stairs, klutz. But chat, thank God, because Batman, he's like, whoa, I'm back, baby. And him and Penguin get into a duel, chat. It's so goofy, too. Well, Batman, he grabs Penguin's umbrellas and, like, cracks it. And he's like, hey, yeah, you can do that shit to me again. And he beats up the other two guys. Takes him out really quickly. But Penguin goes, yeah, fuck that shit. He takes out, like, his umbrella part that's still now all bent and shit. It's a knife. And he goes, on guard, Batman. And the kid goes, here, Batman, catch this. And it's a screwdriver. And then we get one of the lamest action scenes, the animated series, chat. Batman the Penguin fucking fencing with a screwdriver and like a little umbrella blade, and it's not cool. It's like, first, I know Batman's weak, but are you kidding me? This morbidly obese abomination of a man, Penguin, he's having struggling to beat him up? Okay, but they're fucking dueling, Chad, but eventually Batman, he fucking punches the shit out of Penguin, throws him into the side of the basement, knocks himself out. And the police, the mom shows up. She's like, what happened in my house? There's fucking human legs and meat everywhere. Sherman, what did you do? And she runs down the stairs. She's like, don't worry, Mom. I've had Batman in my basement. He goes, hello, ma'am. Like, literally. Like, literally. And she goes, oh, Batman. And fucking Sherman's like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Also, there's a weird line in the movie where he says, oh, well, I know it's my basement, Batman. It's not like the Batcave. How do these kids know about the Batcave? Is that, like, common knowledge that there is a Batcave? Like, when did that get pointed out? I'm just wondering, Chad. It's very odd. But anyway, he's like, well, hey, Batman, my mom happens to be single. And Batman's like, hey, Sherman's mom, you want to know my secret identity? Because Batman, he sees a hot woman, a MILF, chat. You know he's going to go in on that, but it doesn't happen, sadly. Penguin's arrested. His guys are arrested. Well, those who are still alive. The one guy, he's dead. He died very quickly, chat. He bled out because his legs got blown up. And it's the most embarrassing moment of Penguin's life. fucking child detectives take on Penguin and beat his ass. And he's like, he's very mad. In the fucking Sherman, he's awarded Key of the City and all that shit. Everyone loves him. He has his amateur, Encyclopedia Brown detective agency up and running, chat. Everyone loves him. Roberta's his go-to, chat. His Watson, his Sherlock Holmes. The two bullies are working for him now. He's got a little good business operating right now. He's working on multiple cases, and he says, guys, it's great to be friends. And Batman creepily watching from the basement. Like, you know that like fucking window, think of a basement, chat, you know those like little windows that you see there? Batman's just watching. It's like, that is not appropriate, Batman. Do not put these kids into green tights. He was thinking about it, chat. He says, he just watching. He's like, soon. And that, chat, is Batman episode 13. I've got a Batman in my basement. Not a great episode, honestly, chat. It's like, it's a goofy, Home Alone-inspired take on a Batman story. It's fine, but there's just so many moments like, are you serious? Is this what we're doing? Like, this emphasized, like, okay, this show, in this particular episode, is very much for kids. It's very much for children. And I don't particularly care for it. I can laugh at it now, but it's like, yeah, it's not great. It's not. He's a fucking creeper, man. Well, he's always putting little kids in the green tights. What do you think? Of course he is.